I'm so happy with this.
Yep.
I was really worried. I'm not gonna lie. But I'll say this, like, yeah, it's actually, you know what, it is nothing really to run home about. But it's also a lot more. I think there was a lot more substance to it than I actually thought. It is quite silly and a fairly simple storyline. And I think there definitely was some points where it got quite exposition heavy. Yeah. And
early on was quite exposition-y, wasn't it?
Early on is very heavy. And as someone who's watched, just like you, Doctor Who for like nearly 20 years, like we already know all these answers, but I know it has to be done for a new audience.
Yeah.
Considering all that happened, I thought like visually it's stunning. I thought Murray fucking knocked it out of the park.
This was definitely his best episode.
So good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yes!
I chuckled a few times.
Yes!
It was silly. It was crazy.
It was gross.
It was, yeah, I mean, my biggest takeaway, and you're right, like, it's nothing story-wise, it's nothing to write home about, nor does it necessarily need to be with the first one. But also, like, I think it didn't, the climax sort of came like a little bit early. I felt like we were sort of missing something in the middle there. The thing is, none of that stuff, any criticism I have for the episode really matters, because I have a vibe that I've not had with Doctor Who in a long time.
Oh, dude, I totally
in terms
agree.
of, it's like banter, it's fun, you laugh at the silly stuff. Whereas in the last few years, Doctor Who sometimes, and even in the 60th specials, I mean, when stuff gets a bit silly, it feels a little eye-rolly. Whereas the silliness in this, for me, just felt like fun, silly.
I think it knew it was being...
It felt quite self-aware of what it was doing.
Self-aware is a good way of putting it, yeah. I think it did everything it needed to do. I mean, it's like, it's the pacing's so quick and fast, and yeah, again, like, I am hearing all this shit I already know, but it's always kind of nice to... It gives me hope that I can show someone this episode and be like, yeah, start here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a really good place to start. It'll explain everything. Like, you'll understand it.
I felt like even, minor criticism at the start with it being quite expositionary. I do think that in series 1 with Eccleston, I think it was handled a little bit better in terms of, like, you just got little bits of exposition throughout the series. And even looking at season 3, where you only in season 3 do you really get deep into, like, the Gallifrey stuff, because there's that beautiful scene in Gridlock where the Doctor opens up to Martha about it. Yeah. And I feel like it was a little bit slower at giving that stuff out in the past. This
is Ncuti's second episode. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like he's just there, like he's always been there.
Honestly,
it just worked. It's honestly one of the best pieces of casting I've ever seen.
I cannot believe
we have him.
I cannot believe that Millie Gibson is 19 in this.
Dude, I know.
And so talented.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, she is so confident. She knows her comedic beats. She knows she can turn on the cry face with a drop of a hat. Like, those two work so well together. It is fucking
particularly
insane.
When you're just looking at, like I said the other day, like, you're just looking at, like, a green screen.
Yeah.
And there's, like, literally next to nothing to like, you know, act off.
Yeah. I don't know why. I wasn't expecting as much baby talk of them, like, talking CGI mouths going, it's you.
It's cute.
It is.
I've never been hugged. Yeah, that is cute.
Funny.
It worked. God damn it.
It's one of those ones where I feel like my mum might watch it and actually just find it funny. And you go, ha ha. Ha ha.
I like the part with the baby spoon.
What do we think of the boogeyman, the snot monster?
It works. All right.
It looks spooky, right? Except the fingers.
Great. I love the little... You can fucking see it coming through. Like,
I know.
I think it cut to the CCTV footage way too much. I'm like, is this just a way to hide fucking ropey ass CG? Whatever.
Maybe.
I can let it go.
Let it go.
Now Ruby's mum is pointing at the dock.
What a great scene.
Oh, the transitions this episode, they gave me a stiff.
Oh, that, like, side on? You fucking hell, Connor.
What?
Just the shit you come out with, mate.
I'm just saying, it sent me.
It sent, yeah.
I'm harder than Portland cement right now.
Please stop.
I'm just saying that snow shit. It blew the fucking tits off my body.
That side-on shot where it, like, everything changes and the Doctor sounds the same, that's sick. I think the snow stuff is like, it's just symbolic of that night. And so I don't think the snow means anything.
Wrong.
Okay, what does the snow mean?
I don't know. It's got to be some shit. It snows in the TARDIS.
Yeah, but I think it's just a way, it means something story-wise. But I don't think the snow is the important part. I think the snow is just like an echo of that night.
That scene where he sat down with the little kid and he's saying like how there's only one me in the entire universe and no life is, I'm butchering the line, but it's like no no life is inconsistent and wrong, and nothing's. You're right. You never went wrong. You know, you do need the doctor to tell you that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's sweet. It's what we need. I feel like this little kid getting told by the doctor that I was never wrong.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of that awesome scene with the airlock, the boogeyman being held on, being ripped apart?
The doctor saves the day.
Don't question the physics.
I'm like, this is what the doctor does. He saves people. He's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's the person that you want to be like. No cold open.
Yeah, no cold open.
That's fine.
Yeah, I respect.
Oh, the new intro.
Oh, we didn't talk. No PNG.
Yep.
Thank God. The cheer. Mm-hmm. No PNG. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yep.
The new version of the shot of it like coming out of the vortex and going through space, so much better. Was it longer as well? Did we stay on the logo for longer? I thought.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So we got that extra because it was just slightly too short in the 60th. It was missing like a bar or something.
Are we missing something here with the TARDIS? Because Russell said there's something wrong with something happened to the TARDIS. It didn't dematerialize. It like flew in again.
The
TARDIS also does that
in Wobbly Yonder.
In Wobbly Yonder, but also it does it in the trailer to go into unit. It doesn't dematerialize. They can't land it properly. It just
it's just like spitting out.
Yeah, it didn't land properly.
Yeah,
and it, by the way, it looked fucking amazing when it did that. It didn't look shit at all. It looked amazing. And the TARDIS doesn't land properly. It cracks the ceiling.
Yeah, TARDIS don't give a fuck right now.
So Russell did say something happened to the TARDIS in Wobbly Yonder. There's so many threads.
I know.